with more. FBI Director Kash Patel. Let's talk about this investigation and these elected officials, and let's get into the law, the aspect, and what is being investigated.
Hey, Sean, it's great to be with you. And as you know, I can't comment on ongoing investigations, but generally speaking, when you have subpoenas out, it's not rocket science. Investigations are done by acquiring records. Investigations are then furthered by putting witnesses in the grand jury and making a presentment for a case, which our partners at the Department of Justice and the Attorney General will do in any case. But let's make one thing absolutely crystal clear. Under President Trump's leadership, he has supplied law enforcement the resources they need to protect our American communities. He has also given us the mandate to enforce the law. And the law is simply this: no one, elected official, private citizen or otherwise, gets to impede and obstruct a law enforcement investigation. No one. And this FBI is committed to working with our interagency and our Department of Justice partners under President Trump's mandate to make sure Minnesota and every other city across this country is safe. And that's why we're having the record year that we're having under President Trump's brilliant leadership.
Director, you know, the FBI, under your leadership now, has been able to capture 5 of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives. Most recently, a fugitive sought for the alleged 2016 murder of a North Carolina co-worker. This person had gone to another state. You found him. That is 5 people on that list. That is a great accomplishment.
The FBI's top 10 is not something that was created by the Trump administration. These 5 individuals were collectively on the run, Sean, for over 35 years across multiple continents and multiple countries. Again, President Trump was given a sweeping mandate to return security to American neighborhoods and towns across this country. And this FBI let out on a mission to go out into the ends of the earth and capture 5 top 10 most wanted fugitives. And one of those folks is going to be coming right back to America just this week to face justice. And this can only happen, Sean, when you have law enforcement first and you're letting good cops be cops. But let's put that into perspective, Sean. The Biden administration in its entirety, in 4 years, captured 4 top 10 fugitives. President Trump has delivered 5 in just 1 year. And I'm telling you, there's more coming very soon.
You have child adolescent forensic interviews in cases up a whopping 900%, 730 plus arrests, more than 450 victims. If you look at where we were a year ago today, the FBI working with their partners, an amazing 67,000 arrests, which is a 200% increase from the year prior. Rather impressive, Director.
Let's just break down those numbers and hit pause for a second. 67,000 criminal arrests by this FBI under President Trump and the Department of Justice. That is a 200% increase. We're talking about lives saved. We're talking about children safeguarded. We're talking about murders prevented. A 210% increase in criminal gangs taken down. Tren de Aragua and other criminal gangs. We're talking about 6,000 child victims found and located. We're talking about the seizure of 150 million lethal doses of fentanyl. That's up 31%. These are just some of the record-breaking numbers President Trump has delivered, and this FBI is tremendously proud to be leading out on this effort. The numbers continue. We're not just talking about violent felon arrest alone. We're saving the American taxpayer while we do it. We slashed $314 million in wasteful contracts immediately. We took another $1.2 billion sledgehammer to bogus contracts, legacy contracts from the Biden administration. That's nearly 10% of our budget. And we're also moving into a new FBI headquarters, saving the taxpayers $5 billion from the behemoth that the Congress and others wanted to build in Maryland. We're giving the FBI a safe, secure workplace in the Ronald Reagan building. We're already making that move. And when that move is complete, we are going to shut down the Hoover building once and for all, which has been a sign of weaponization of law enforcement that we have been battling and continue to battle. It is more than just putting out statistics. We are saving lives at a record pace, and that's because this FBI is getting after it with our state and local partners and our interagency partners, and the Department of Justice is leading out on compelling prosecutions from coast to coast.
Director Kash Patel, you know, law and order and safety and security, it is a prerequisite if any American wants to pursue happiness. I got to tell you, Director Patel, that's an amazing first year. Thank you. You're keeping Americans safe. We appreciate you being with us. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.